Hello, welcome, Yogi Sanjivana. How are you?
Hello. Thank you, Natalia. I'm doing good.
Yeah, nice.
How are
So,
you?
yeah, I'm doing great also. Yeah, I'm happy to be here
Yeah, right.
and ready to talk about this forest bathing and forest meditation and walking meditation. Sorry.
Okay. So we welcome everybody, no? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe we both introduce ourselves first. So I'll give
Mm-hmm.
initiative. I'll just say like I met Natalia online, and then we had a discussion, and we thought like we should do something and make a like open space for people can join, and we all can share our experiences, all these things, and it's an open space, non-judgmental, open space where people can join. And like the ancient times, no, people used to meet up from different places, maybe travelers, and
Mm-hmm.
they could freely discuss anything. Yeah. And not only that, if you have some difficulty or problem or anything, even this is a space where you can come and even discuss about them. And some, if they are very personal, uh, they'll be kept as so. Uh, but other things we are sharing, as well as we also want to share and help with the knowledge and experiences we have. So I would like our host, Natalia, to take the initiative. So please guide us through this wonderful gathering.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a forest bathing passionate, like not only a guide, but I really love nature and I love the way that we can actually connect with it and feel that we are part of nature. That's why I accepted very happily the request on talking about that. I think it's very important. We live in a very hectic world, especially in the Western world, in where like everybody's stressed, everybody has like many things to do and always under a schedule. And I feel that people are just too overwhelmed to be completely healthy. And I think in nature we can find the solution for that. If we only slow down and try to connect with our senses, it's so powerful. We can heal many things that we think now that it's not possible, that we rely on pills to like stay healthier. But it's all about slowing down. And I think nature has this power on us to like just let us relive and yeah, not to have to worry about anything else. So yeah, what is forest bathing? No, I guess that's the main question. I guess many people still don't know what's that. I would say that it's basically a mindful and immersive experience in nature, like in a forest, in mountain, in any kind of setting, in where you're just there, fully present, and trying to connect with your senses. It's nice when you do it one sense at a time, like you may start with touching, no, like maybe you start walking and you just like touch the leaves, touch a little bit the flower, like very carefully, not to of course destroy anything. And yeah, then you can move on to other senses like smell also, like smell this flower or smell like anything that sometimes, yeah, there are like some smells that just come with the wind. And so try to distinguish which smells are them. Also about seeing, of course, like the sight is there fully all the time. It's just so relaxing and so beautiful to just look at the details of every part of nature, like the branch or the insect, the little insect that is inside the flower, or all these kind of details that normally when you we just take a walk in nature, we may not really be conscious of. We are just walking. We have a like a point to go and we just go, no? Especially with hiking, for example. That's why it's very different. Like hiking is more like you have a like a final point to reach, whereas with forest bathing is just like a very peaceful walk with no destination, no hurries, no nothing. So yeah, to look at the details, that's like one of my favorites, I think. Yeah, and after it's so magical also because after just some minutes, I would say like 15 minutes, you already feel something. You already feel like more relaxed and more clear in your mind as well. So yeah, and the longer you do it, it's actually been proven that um, it's good when it's at least half an hour, 1 hour and a half, sorry, that you spend like mindfully in the forest to really obtain its benefits. Of course, from there you can extend, or also if you don't have time, you can do it for a shorter amount. But like 1 hour and a half is supposed to be like the perfect time, at least, to be immersed in the forest.
So Natalia, please tell, because when I saw your profile, I know there were some wonderful pictures, and we were doing another event in the USA time zone, and we found this nice lady called Sunny. Also, she was like a biologist, wildlife biologist. So we were talking a lot of things about nature and all. So I told that horse, like Scott, you know what? There's this. I found this very good lady, and you should see, like, I think it's not a photo shoot out, like she's really in the nature, and you could see, and we should invite her also here sometime. So please tell a little bit about your life, and because you as a holistic psychologist, forest bathing guide, and a yoga teacher, and especially
Yeah.
you are in Spain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So please
Yeah.
tell about that more, because I saw, like, in the pictures and all, the scenery was so beautiful. And with
Mm-hmm.
that, you also there are different different places, no?
Yeah.
And, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been traveling, yeah, quite a
Well,
bit.
mostly in the with the wilderness, right?
Yeah, yeah, I like to find like nature spots, and that's yeah, usually what I look for in any country I am, to
Uh-huh.
have nature around. That's like the main thing I need. But yeah, as an introduction of myself, I would say I'm a psychologist. I studied psychology. I'm still not really like a
So,
psychologist because I haven't had a session with anybody like formally.
mhm.
Um, but then, yeah, I did the yoga training course in India, and that changed my mind completely. That opened my mind to like a new world, in where I saw that yeah, spirituality is real. I could feel it. Like I was already into the world of like what is it, the spirituality, what not, no, like, but there I could feel it so much, and that really changed my perception of the world. That's why yeah, I'm thinking of going back actually. But like yeah, there in India I became another person, let's say it like that. And from there I just been very intrigued by learning more about that. So yeah, now I'm studying Reiki, like the Reiki energies, like how to apply Reiki on oneself and stuff. But prior to that, I also did the forest bathing training, like before this trip. Um, and yeah, of course, that also helped me a lot to interact with nature and to interact with myself. Because in the end, like once you connect to nature, you also connect more with yourself. So yeah, I did the forest bathing, psychology, and yeah, the yoga, in where I learned about Kundalini, which is like, I think that's what opened my mind the most, the Kundalini training. It's not only yoga, it's like a lot of things. It's also like mantra singing or breath work. Yeah, it's another kind of yoga that it's not so well known in the Western world. It's more like Eastern, in the Eastern side of the world. But that, yeah, I'm fascinated by that. And yeah, as a personal background, I would also highlight that I've been traveling for some years. Luckily, I had the chance to like work when I was studying and saving up all this money because I knew that I wanted to travel already. So I went to Peru. That was my first trip, solo trip. Peru and Colombia. I spent there 4 months, and that also was like a very like a beginning for me of my journey, no, like going out of my comfort zone, being alone, trying to live there somehow, no, like to yeah, to manage myself in a completely different culture. So yeah, that I think provided me a lot of growth. And then yeah, I also spent 2 months in Africa, in Senegal and Guinea-Bissau. That also made me see a part of the world that I it was completely unknown to me, like a lot of poverty, unfortunately, but also a lot of joy. Like people there were super kind and super beautiful, always trying to help. And wow, that was like a big learning for me. Like really, people who have less are people who are more happy and willing to help. And
Mhm.
it was amazing. It was, yeah, very amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, I just after that, and working in between the trips. Like I always work to save up and then travel. Like it's been my modus operandi, no, of like living. Like this is the plan I have. So then, yeah, I did this trip to India, Nepal, and Thailand. And of course, that was like what opened my mind the most, I think. So yeah, that's why I think I've been through this like path of personal growth and development because I've seen, yeah, that I just face it. By traveling somewhere far away from you and being alone there and trying to see like how to manage yourself there, I think that makes you grow a lot and you just become uh, more in tune with God or the energy above, or like yeah, this realm of spirituality.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, that's where I am now. I'm more like established in Spain,
Ah,
but still I want to travel more. I hope by June I will be able to travel. And yeah, let's see. An
yeah.
adventure again.
Very nice you share this because we were talking a lot of things, and especially from a person from a new generation, no? And
Mm-hmm.
when it's coming through, because there are many young people who are stuck in some ideology or some, and even in like developed countries also, no? There is a whole
Mm-hmm.
generation who sometimes just stuck into a room and
Yeah.
some even hope. So I think, yeah, this is a good message because there are so many alternatives, so many things people can do with their lives. Because they just sometimes just go in the track or what they just see on social media or just like
Mm.
to imitate, I'm not telling all those
Yeah.
stuff, but there is an influence, right? And sometimes it's not
Mm-hmm.
you. You want to be some idol or some role, no? But you
Mm-hmm.
should don't know the backstory also, how they got there even, right? Maybe they
Yeah.
had a lot of stuff, no, to get there. So in a way, it's good to like if we can live our own lives, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
just
exactly. I really encourage people to get out of their comfort zone, and it's always gonna be a good thing. It's always gonna give you some personal growth. And yeah, I think that people are very scared about that. Like scared about the unknown, no? Like they don't know like, oh, will I be able to manage myself there? What if I have a problem and I don't know what to do, no? Always in the worst case scenario. But that's almost like the smallest part of the trip. Like the biggest is so much better and so much beautiful and wonderful that it's completely worth it to take the risk and say like, okay, I just go and let's see what happens.
okay, okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So I also was like living in the forest for more than 10 years, and as a monk also for a long time. So yeah, I also feel very connected. So that's why I was very interested in what you are saying and how you connect. So nature, and if I used to just walk in the forest and then just sit under the tree or like in the cave. But uh, I really don't know the term forest bathing. And that's why I'm
Mhm.
really interested. And And then I used to watch the animals and how they react, what they are doing. And then and when you're in the forest, like it's like everything. Even if when a leaf falls, it's like slow
Mm-hmm.
motion, and you just see, and it's like time stays still, and you have plenty of time or space in your mind. And I used to
Mm-hmm.
just sometimes walk in the rain, sometimes with umbrella. I don't know, inside the monastery, they would think like something is going on with you. But sometimes, and then there are some places I stayed, like you go to a village, you collect your food, and then there was a lake beside it. And then you come, you have a shower in the lake, or dip in the lake, and then after
Yeah.
that, you come and sit there on the banks of the river, and you have your meal, and you stay there, you
Mm-hmm.
meditate, and you come back into your dwelling. So it was a wonderful life. But now here I am.
Yeah, so peaceful. I
Yeah, yeah,
imagine.
yeah, yeah. But there are many things also you have to be careful and do also, and even in meditation also, because the mind, it's like a train at that time. If you put
Mm-hmm.
something in, like it just goes so fast. So some
Yeah.
proper guidance, and it's also very helpful, no? When you're just by
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And so please tell me, like, how did yoga and the forest bathing connect with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think actually both are quite aligned. Like they share many things as like appreciation for life, and it's a way of connecting to yourself to then be able to connect to something greater. Now, I think with yoga, it offers you a lot of connection with yourself, and then yeah, with forest bathing, you can extend that to like nature. So it's about connection. Both of them, like for me, have provided me with a lot of like presence. No, I would say like connection is like presence and appreciation of your life and everything that you have around.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think both are very connected, and the practice of one helps to the practice of the other. No, once you start with yoga, then you want to also like be more quiet in a forest and just enjoy like the surroundings. And
Mhm.
also when you start with forest bathing, then you want to explore deeper yourself, no? Like how does this connection with the natural world that I feel arise from? Then like you just go like within, and yeah, I guess that's why then I became interested, because for me first was for forest bathing, and then I did the yoga training course. So yeah, I think the reason was also that, no, like I wanted to explore myself deeper, to maybe then understand this connection with nature that I was already feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So were there like experiences you had when you were doing yoga or meditation regarding those, or like I'm just asking. Yeah, it's totally
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah, like sometimes I like to do, I actually like to combine both and go to the forest and practice yoga there. If there's like some area that is flat, I like to practice there. Sometimes with a mat, sometimes without. I don't mind so much the mat. I
Mhm.
like to also like feel the nature, no, and put my hands on it, and like yeah. And I think yeah, the combination of both is crazy. Like you even feel more connected because it's like both at at the same time. So yeah, when you manage to be fully present, then you have a lot of good benefits after that. You feel very happy and you feel just like super grateful for everything. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, no, now modern days, like many people are after the how to say, either technology or it's good, uh, or like a
Hmm.
virtual reality, no, or those goggles
Yeah.
and things are there now. So everything like, but we seem so distant, no, far away. Uh,
Yeah, so much. It seems every time more with the advancement of technology. I think we are like, in general, societies are just becoming more of a robot, actually. Like,
Mhm.
not so much, they are losing this contact with nature that is so important for our health and for the health of the planet as well. Because once you connect with nature, you also want to take care of it, and you may engage more in like recycling or like any pro-environmental action. So yeah, it's beneficial for both, for humans and for nature to establish this connection. And I think, yeah, it's so important, should be something that we are taught in school. But yeah, instead, like technology is there pushing us down and not so easy to
Yeah. It's
to
good,
get
but
out of it.
people are using it in a bad way, right? Because now we
Yeah,
have
that's a problem. Hmm.
technology. So if they take the good things, I remember when we was that was some time back. We were in a bit of like a old city limits. But still we had trees and we used to like pluck fruits even not officially also. And then we
Mhm.
used to play and like even and so there were water puddles and all, and you get really messy, And when you were
Mhm.
tiny kids, and so the guys in the villages, they had more fun. So we were
Mhm.
like a fish in a tank, right? So still we
Yeah.
had some things because they did chop down the trees, but now they are
Mhm.
all gone.
Oh no.
And
Mhm.
the worst part was like the children of the village were like bit kind of like ridiculed because oh, you're so far away. But actually
Mhm.
they had the best times. But now in these
Mhm.
cultures also, Natalia, you can see like children or mothers or parents both sometimes are obsessed with childs. So this is like a tiny kid, and just for exam, they even in the week like holiday season, they are going for like classes. And the
Yeah.
parents are more obsessed than the kid who's like so tiny. And then
Mhm.
I don't know the exact age, so they say like year five exam. So maybe 8, I don't know, 7 to 8 years or little bit. Or could be little bit, no. So and they like push them so hard, and the week or
Mhm.
the holiday season is for them to go for more private classes. So that
Mhm. Yeah.
and then so they don't know anything about the nature or how interactions happen.
Mhm.
Sometimes they cannot even if they fall, like they cannot like no. But in the past and all, the people seem more tougher, right? Tougher means like endurance and all. They would not just cry
Mhm.
about everything, no. Now you see people
Yeah.
coming on social media and telling even their whole life story before.
Mhm.
It's so yeah, we should like take a turn and make the connection again, no.
Mhm.
No.
Definitely. Yeah, we need to go back to our roots, to
Uh,
like ground ourselves in nature, to then, yeah, become a, in the end it gives you happiness, and that's what we all want in life, I think, to be happy. So, but of course it's a process. Like, it's not maybe the first time that you go to nature that you will feel like so connected and so, no, like it may take some time. It's a relationship that you keep building up, no, slowly, little by little. But yeah, then it only has benefits.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So how
And you,
yeah, please.
uh, yeah, you spent like 20 years meditating actually, no? In a monastery, I read.
Yeah, yeah, more than 20. I started
More than 20.
yeah, as a teenager, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was a monk for more than 10, 20 years. And
Okay.
meditation happened in the 90s. And
Mm-hmm.
as when I was a teenager, I didn't know about anything. And then I was like, it was like a bet with our family. We were going to the
Mm-hmm.
gym and all this stuff, and like we had bunch of friends, and we used to hang around and all this. And then
Mm-hmm.
because we thought we used to do a lot of sports and these kind of not like drugs or anything like that, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, those days we didn't have much access to those kind of things even. Really,
Mm-hmm.
like now they talk about so many stuff, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, those days, like you hear something far and wide, and maybe some rich kid took some drugs, and then he had something going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
and anyhow, yeah. Then I went to this, and it was like a challenge, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "Oh, big deal, no? You just go and sit. We do much more stuff than that." Oh my goodness! Like I felt like running away. There was a fence, and I could have really jumped and ran away, but still I would go home, and until now I would be ridiculed, right? So I just stayed,
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
nothing seems to happen. They say like, okay, you do this and this, but no, I see all the movies, what I watch, all. Then, then after some time, there were some elderly people there. I thought, okay, like I cannot go back now, and now you have to just eat like 1 or 2 times per day. When you're at home, you used to eat like 6 times or something. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's a nasty brat at that time. So and there were some elderly people. I started helping them. One was even in a critical stage. I didn't know that he
Mm.
had tuberculosis, and there was like blood.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh.
And he was trying to
Mm.
wash it away in the wash area, and it became even bigger. And
Mhm.
I was like, I felt very sad, and I helped him more. I even cleaned his stuff and like gave, because the male
Yeah.
section was separate, the female section. I think that's
Mhm.
really softened up my mind, and maybe it was the turning point of starting to help people. And
Mhm. Yeah.
because I didn't do anything at home also properly, and at that
Mhm.
time, and then something started happening. I was doing walking meditation. We'll talk about that. And
Yeah.
I felt something different as if I'm walking underwater. I
Mhm.
felt very comfortable, light, not like walking outside, like walking inside water. So if you
Mhm.
could walk inside a pool, or even
Mhm.
holding your breath, but you feel different and the water is supporting you, right? Uh,
Mm. Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when soon as I said, wow, I felt very happy. I didn't know anything about peace or anything.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
there was the evening, there's like a prayer and a chanting like session. So
Mhm.
everybody in that whole meditation center comes there. So then before the game, I was like now very curious what happened to me, So I went, and the teacher was there. They were living with in a higher place, like dwellings or kutis they call, no. And
Mm.
I went and I was like, what happened to me, no? And the teacher said, oh son, this is called samadhi. I had no clue, no.
Ah.
I didn't know what.
Samadhi. Do you think you reached samadhi like enlightenment? No?
There are stages, right? There are
Mhm.
momentary samadhi. There are the uh, how to say uh, uh, upachara. Upachara means access concentration, absorption
Mhm.
concentration, vipassana
Yeah.
concentration, and yeah, there are even different stages. They say, and then I came back, and then I was thinking like enlightenment. I didn't have a clue, but I was just there, and I thought we go out with our friends and girlfriends and all this stuff. But either it's too little or too much, or you always
Mhm.
have to have something, money or something to go with it. And but here, without none of that, I felt so comfortable, so happy. Uh,
Yeah.
and
So
then
you reached samadhi yourself. Like you would say that you reached this point of like enlightenment and connection with God.
uh, yeah, yeah, like
No, for
there.
people who don't know what is samadhi, like
Uh-huh.
it's like the last stage you can reach, no, in a meditation
Uh, there are
path.
different explanations,
Mm-hmm.
Natalia, because
Yeah.
even momentarily there is a concentration. If you take the word concentration, yeah, they use
Mm-hmm.
Mahasamadhi, Moksha, uh, Nirvana,
Moksha, yeah.
yeah, like
Nirvana.
that.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
there are different definitions and variations. For example, if we take the breath, and if we have a subtle moment with that, that is also called Kanika Samadhi, momentary concentration. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
If there's a
Yeah.
place, you can stay like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like that. It's called, but it has to grow more than that actually. And
Mm-hmm.
it comes to a stage like the negatives cannot attack the mind no more. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's called access concept. Like you have your pool, and then there's the boundary of the pool,
Yeah.
right? So, but
Okay, yeah.
and then there's called dhyana or jhana. It's like you jump
Yeah.
into the pool.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
like focused like concentration.
very powerful, very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel
Yeah.
nothing. Like if you could freeze a person in milk and put it them
Mm-hmm.
in the deep freezer, but not like the bad way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just there. You can just stay for ages, and
Mm-hmm.
there are so many types. Like it goes up to 8 levels, 8 jhana,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
you do so many things. Yeah. And then there's vipassana also. like insight meditation. That also, though people don't say often about it, when you go to deep stages, the mind gets so inclined or like in depth with the object. It's like it
Mm-hmm.
just sinks in like with the object. Yeah?
Yeah.
So there are many
Mm-hmm.
explanations very well. The ancient ones gave them very specific. For dhyana, they say, Natalia, there's ancient verses and all that. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
fascinating. It's like, say, this is the object. The mind
Mm-hmm.
follows the object, shrouds itself around the object, and dives
Mm-hmm.
deep in. Wow,
Mm,
no? So
wow.
it's so true. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
fascinating. Uh, So I could not stop myself. My friends didn't find me for like 2 years. All the
Mm-hmm.
fancy stuff just dropped like just shed. Yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
like a caterpillar stage, no? Like it just like shed because we were waiting for the specific shoes before. Now I just shave my head, but before, yeah, you should see like we used to go exact to the specific salon. Not like now,
Mm-hmm.
but it was. But we had to go there and we would wait
Yeah.
for like the Levi's jeans or the Caterpillar shoes. Or we would
Mm-hmm.
just wear the torn stuff and wait till that would the specific time would arrive. Crazy, right? Yeah, like we like then yeah, none of that. I was like with some flip flops or something. I was totally fine, and then the suit changed, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I met a friend after 2 years, and then
Mm-hmm.
after that, he asked, "What happened to you? No, are you angry with us?" I said, "No, no." Then he asked, "What happened to your voice?" No,
Yeah.
because even it was like lower, no, because we were before
Mm-hmm.
like playing chaos, and then suddenly like this guy had like gone down some hertz, below,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Yeah.
changed suddenly. And I could not look back. I went from retreat to retreat. Then I thought, wow, what is the use of going here and there? I should become a monk. And when I became a monk, I was
Mm-hmm.
helping a lot of people. And since you're a monk, you could travel a lot and
Mm-hmm.
you could stay because people also support you, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
expect a lot. There's a lot of stuff you have to
Mm-hmm.
do and a lot of things. But go to a village event, they would offer you some food. And that
Yeah.
is to sustain. We didn't use any money or anything. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
below the even the poverty line, you had to throw your ego down the toilet and
Mm-hmm.
everything, all the stuff, your comfort zone. You have no idea of a comfort zone, no?
Oh,
There are
yeah. Yeah.
snakes.
Because if you keep traveling, then you don't have a secure place to be.
Yeah, yeah,
No?
yeah. And this is
Mm-hmm.
like you are like the people are helping, or you just stay under a rock or a tree. You don't even
Mm-hmm.
have a tent or anything, no? So
Yeah.
it's like you just plunged into the unknown, and it was
Yeah.
very, very enduring. So I just put my body onto the test, mind onto the. I did like weeks and weeks of fasting. Now I'm on
Mm-hmm.
the chubby side, but before they used to look like a real like skinny, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So just
Yeah, if
telling.
you were surviving with like what people was giving to you, then yeah, I guess it was a completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And sometimes no medicine or something for long days, or you get wet and you cannot carry like you don't have a backpack even, no? So you just have
mhm.
like few cloth items. So
Yeah.
these all are done intentionally, yeah? And
Mm-hmm.
done intentionally, it's like to go to the bare minimum of survival and try
Mm-hmm.
to sustain and try to just because you have no idea, no, you cannot afford anything, you cannot buy anything, and there are
Mm-hmm.
some rules and a lot of things. So
Yeah.
you have to really focus on enlightenment. That
Mm-hmm.
seems the only way, no? So yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And do you think you reached like this moksha or nirvana or samadhi more than once? Like, is it something that you can experience more than once, or only you experienced it once?
There are different ways of explaining it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there some traditions they explain it as 4 stages.
Mm-hmm.
Say I have 4 tons of garbage on my head. And you
Mm-hmm.
say, Sanjeev, what are you carrying? It's stinky, no? I said, don't get
Mm-hmm.
away. This is mine. I keep. it's my trash, no? And then
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
like saying like it's sitting down and you also the flies or something, and you
Mhm.
people also cannot come like it's stinky, right?
Yeah.
Then after some time you also kind of like feel it and it's too heavy and say, okay, still I'll just let go of 1/4 of it,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest stays. Huh? And then you let go 2 parts, 3 parts, or 4 parts like that. Huh? So
Mm-hmm.
likewise,
Yeah.
some people they go in stages and they understand, okay, I let go of one part and then you can go. So, but there's a specific path, Natalie. It's not like you just go and then suddenly fall into a pit or something. The ancient
Mm-hmm.
ones showed a specific path. And so it's like you have a clear map. So you know
Mm-hmm.
exactly because I was trying so many practices and most of them we were trying very hard, really hard. And sometimes you just sit for like 3 or 5 hours continue without shaking. Those days, nothing had. It's so painful, like you are sweating and everything, but still you stay like a statue, you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
but after 5 hours, you go to like flight mode. You don't feel anything because you're numb. But when
Yeah.
samadhi and all comes, you even at the very first part, you don't feel nothing. You feel very
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. Before we had the cushions and everything, still we had pains. But here you
Mm-hmm.
could just sit on a rock or anything, nothing at all. Huh? So
You don't feel your body. You feel somehow that you are out of yourself,
it becomes
or what how would you describe the feeling if it's possible to
yeah,
to put it
there
in
are
words?
funny experiences also. Like it was like parts of me start disappearing. And then
Wow.
with big retreats, I was so ashamed. Like
Mm-hmm.
after the lunch break, I'm not telling any bad way or anything. So I had to check whether I'm fully wearing everything because I felt
Mm-hmm.
so light. I wouldn't like to feel like a crazy person going there and like without the stuff I'm wearing, right? So
Yeah.
I had to stop and check whether I'm fully wear. It was so
Okay,
light.
I still have my clothes
Yeah,
on.
like everything is intact. Like I felt like
Yeah.
so light. And then
Mm-hmm.
later, when more you're focused on the meditation object, there are specific practices. Then what happens is like, and even the physicality that happens, they're called rupa or physicality. They
Mm-hmm.
start changing. Then it's more like
Oh.
when people are angry or something, everything,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't feel hungry, they are very upset, even the way they see, even their complexion, even for like lust and all also it happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even anger and these kinds you can it's very prominent, you can see, and they become
Yeah.
very stiff and all, no, some people get
Mhm.
stunned also, no, like they cannot move
Mhm.
even, eh?
Yeah.
From fear and lot of these kind of things also. But when the mind is at peace, what happens is the even those elements start changing.
Mhm.
Then you feel it is explained. They are called Sukuma Rupa. Sukuma means very comfortable and light,
Mhm.
not rough. So elements have these kind of things. It's very well explained in ancient scriptures. These
Mhm.
kind of things. So
Yeah.
they convert, they change. That's why when people are happy, they feel light, right? They
Yeah.
feel more comfortable. So
Mhm.
but later, when you go to deep stages, no, you have no idea of a body even. Because if we feel, because the sensations arise from
Mm.
different places. In ancient times, Natalia, it is said, uh, if I have a fire torch in my hand or any flashlight, if I turn it like this in a circular way, when you
Mhm.
do it fast, you see like a circle, no?
Yeah.
Actually, it's not right. It's one thing at a time, no? So
Exactly. Yeah.
likewise, we get consciousness like or sensations in different places, like we are moving a torch. So
Mhm.
from that we feel okay, the body is there. Huh?
Yeah.
So like, but when that
Yeah.
goes,
It's like an illusion, no? Also.
exactly it is. Uh,
Yeah.
so there are many explanations, many ways, and then in vipassana and all, we really dive deep into those stages. But there
Mhm.
are so many, like the facade, or like you break through many screens. And
Mhm. Yeah.
we were telling, like, say there was a waterfall, and the
Mm-hmm.
water we see like it's one, right? But
Yeah.
it's droplets of water falling, and you
Yeah,
some
it's all droplets. Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
at some point we think like we cannot penetrate that or anything, but we get the courage and ability or something, and we go through the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
And then what if like there's a doorway there we never
Mm-hmm.
knew, maybe to a lost city or something, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
another universe or a portal, like
Yeah.
same like that. Like when you go through this facade or like the ideology, that doesn't mean we deny all these things, but it's very
Mm-hmm.
momentary, like the droplets of water that create the waterfall. But if
Mm-hmm.
soon as you cross that border, go through the waterfall beyond that, yeah, it's a universe we have never experienced in this whole life, really.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it breaks
Wow.
many of the views we was. That's why we can all unite so nicely. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have to, these more further from reality we are so separated.
Yeah.
Not, but when we break these kind of boundaries, people can unite so easily because
Yeah. Come to realize that we are all one. No, I
uh
imagine.
just like you're blending with the nature, like you
Mm-hmm.
say when you say you blend with nature, the crazy
Yeah.
thing like people destroy nature. I'll get to you. Like I'm just telling. Maybe it'll help, like enrich this. Uh, so people destroy nature, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
make a artwork or a mural which is nice, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
nature. Or they make an indoor pond or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they put the animals in zoos or something. Hey, look, that guy is like endangered or something. Crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's
So it's so
nonsense.
artificial, so separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So please tell
Yeah.
me the connection, and how would you mention the connection? How we can connect with nature, just like when we break these boundaries. Since you are talking, no?
Yeah. I think meditation has a big role actually also helping us to connect with nature. The more we go within, the more we try to calm our minds that are constantly like busy with nonsense thoughts. I think also that then helps you to connect more with nature. But yeah, there are many ways that you can try to connect with it. Um, I think also a very powerful one is to start with breath work, to do
Yeah.
some breath work meditations first. So you first calm your mind. That's like the best thing to start with, I think, to just slow down. And for that, I think like some deep breathing or any other kind of breath work, I think it helps you a lot to just like calm your mind for then like be able to get everything that the forests have to offer us. So yeah, like starting with some breath work and maybe some meditation,
Mm,
just quietly listening to all nature sounds, the birds, the uh, any kind of sound that there might be around. And then you just start walking peacefully. I think that's like already a big step for those who try to do it in order to connect with nature.
mm.
Yeah,
Person
I
should
think it's very good.
physically go to a place where at least there's some little bit of nature, right?
Yeah,
If it's
exactly.
a
Yeah, it
park,
doesn't need to be
it's a
completely a
park.
forest. Yeah,
Mm,
even a park would work.
mm,
Especially, it's nice when you can have a space of for yourself that you know you're not gonna be disturbed, and that maybe, yeah, that there's not many people around. Because with more people, it's more difficult also to focus your attention with connecting with yourself and the environment.
mm,
So I think it's important to find a spot in where, yeah, there's not many people around. At least if you can be completely alone, better.
mm,
Yeah. And then yeah, start with that, like some deep breathing, just like some minutes of meditation. The longest, the best, I think. But also like it depends on everyone's needs. There's people who has never meditated before, and that might be challenging to already maybe spend like half an hour meditating. So for those people, within 5-10 minutes, it's enough to just like reduce their minds, at least for the first time they do that.
mm,
And then slowly increase.
mm,
And I think that once you start, it's difficult to go back and say like, I don't need to be in nature. no, I think that for me can never happen. Like once you start like building up this relationship with nature, you need it. Like somehow my body tells me like, okay, now go for a walk and connect with nature. Otherwise, yeah, you just feel like a little bit unstable. You need to like find this moment of peace to continue on. At least for me, it's like that.
So Natalia, before we finish, I would like to ask
Mm-hmm.
another question. Say somebody is, because you have the experience, no? And
Yeah.
as a young person, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what if some person, even a young lady or somebody or anybody for that matter, no, are
Mm-hmm.
afraid, or because there are incidents, no, there are happening. So it's a real fact, no. So
Yeah.
how do you cope with that? Okay, there are the wild animals and all. They say take bear spray, these kind of things, or leech repellent, mosquito repellent. From those,
Mm-hmm.
there are
Yeah.
situations, right, that really happen
Mm-hmm.
all parts of the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
There are predators, there are like perverts, no, these many kind of situations that happen. So
Yeah.
how would you suggest, or how would you cope up or be prepared, while,
Mhm.
because we should enjoy, we cannot go in fear like, oh, is there somebody behind the,
Exactly. Yeah.
no? How would you,
That's the first thing to keep in mind, that we cannot be fearful all the time just because we are in nature and we don't know what are we gonna happen, like what are we gonna encounter. So yeah, I would say that first, yeah, take into account that the place you go, it's safe. Like maybe if you are in a national park, then you should make sure that in the area you want to walk is like safe.
yeah.
Yeah, that's something that helps a lot, and it's almost like a priority to consider. Like find a safe space that it doesn't require you to be like alert all the time.
Mm,
But then, yeah, for those who are very fearful, even when they are in a safe place, they believe they are not. I think the best thing is to go with somebody at the beginning, like a forest bathing guide. There are I'm actually a guide as well, like somebody who can be with you, and to let you know that there's no risk of danger of anything. Like it just you and nature, and just uh, with a guide, I think you like the guide can help you opening you up a little bit to like the world of nature without having this fear. Because yeah, it's true that many people are not used to being nature, and I've encountered that. Like for example, my mother doesn't like nature. For me, it's crazy, no? But I'm like, how is it possible? And she tells me that like she doesn't know, like because there are bugs, no, or insects around, and people feel like uncomfortable for that. But yeah, I think when you are with somebody experienced, it becomes so much easier. And if you are willing to open your mind as well, that's also a first like a step that is needed. If you just say no, I don't want, then it's not gonna work. But if you are willing to change, then like slowly, maybe you just spend like 15 minutes in nature first time and see how you feel. And if you feel better, then like slowly continue and increase the amount of time you spend there. But then, yeah, always keeping in mind that the actual danger, the probability for that to happen is very low. Like it's true that sometimes that happens and that there are wild animals. Yeah, I think it's just about making sure that the place you go is safe enough, and just opening, trust the universe, no, trust the healing power of nature, and yeah, don't be so much in your head but more in your senses to feel, and yeah, not so much telling yourself like, oh, a danger or something. No, like try to control your thought as well, I would say.
and being mindful also is very helpful, right?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
when you're walking and all, no, like check before. And if you are like
Hmm.
if you are having some curiosity or, you know, something like that,
Hmm.
or some people can have some internal, some fear or anxiety, no, so then it's
Yeah.
all good to go with a person, no, another person.
Yeah, exactly. An experienced person who can tell you
Mm.
to slow down and don't worry, you're safe, no? A little bit like to.
Mm.
trying to calm you down. Yeah.
So, Natalia, in your area also, you act like a guide in your area?
Yeah. I
Oh.
think they liked it and they felt connected to
Oh.
nature for what they told me later. So
So you are
yeah,
able to, if somebody connects with you, you are able to like guide them through, no?
exactly. Yeah, to organize a little bit the like
Mhm.
what's the walk gonna be about, no? Like which senses are we exploring in every part of the forest? And yeah, to organize that beforehand. Like it's something that you need to plan before, and then like you can share with people who are interested.
And I got to hear like you all are like organizing some yoga retreats and all. So please tell
Yeah.
a little bit about those also for us to know.
Yeah, like I'm trying to gather people for these like yoga retreats that we offer hikes, forest bathing, of course, yoga, meditation, breathwork sessions, and also ice baths, and there's a sauna as well. So I would say, yeah, it's quite complete, the whole program. Like we do many things, and then vegetarian meals. So yeah, and the house itself is very beautiful as well. It's in the middle of nature, like it's more around the fields, not really in nature like forest, but there are fields around, so it's very peaceful, the area.
So if somebody wants to contact you, what is the easiest way people can contact you?
Yeah, they can write me on Instagram. My name is Natalia underscore nature yoga all together.
We will put in the video and all, and the post we are posting also, we'll put your Instagram, and then
Yeah, I think that's the easiest for me. For people who don't have Instagram, I can also provide my email.
okay, okay. Then we'll put your email also there, and then
Yeah.
somebody who like is interested or in there, maybe going vacation, they can join you,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I would be very happy.
Okay, then. So, yeah, so thank you so much, and I'll let you finish. And I'm
Mhm,
really grateful, like we could connect and we could discuss. And everybody's invited. Please invite anybody or like anybody who likes to share. And I'm talking these days, like
mhm,
one gentleman uh, from another country said, like. Would you like to listen to my life story?
mhm,
I said, sure, just give me, I'll get
mhm.
back to you. So
Yeah.
I had listened to his story. So there can be so many things in different
Mhm.
ways there and learn,
Yeah,
no? So please,
definitely.
anybody, if you know even somebody, even the people who are watching this video afterwards, please suggest.
Mhm.
And we are happy to. Uh,
Yeah, thank you very much for
yeah. So
creating this space.
I'll hand it
Yeah.
over to Natalia to
Mhm,
as our host to
mhm.
conclude this event for today. But hopefully we wish to meet again.
Okay, thank you everybody for being here, or for those who will watch the video later on. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the talk and you are willing to come to another of our sessions that will be on Tuesdays at 6 at 6 European time. So yeah, thank you very much for having listened all till here.
And have a good day and a good night to you all.
And yeah, of course, have a good day and good night.